Good day, fellow stakeholders, and welcome to this summary on the SAICM virtual working group process, which was conducted from October 2020 to February 2021. The co-chairs of the intersessional process, in consultation with the ICCM5 president and the Bureau, developed a scenario note for the path forward to develop recommendations for submission to the 5th session of the International Conference on Chemicals Management. The scenario note served as a basis for the establishment of the work of the 4 virtual working groups. The virtual working group on financial considerations was established as follows. The co-facilitators was Reggie from the Netherlands and myself, Jonah, from Antigua. The proposed mandate of the group were to make proposals that progress the work on this topic in the lead up to IP4. Specific tasks included: 1. The integrated approach to financing the sound management of chemicals and waste. 2. Capacity building. 3. Strategic partnerships. 4. Consider proposals for financing the Secretariat. 5. Cost recovery mechanisms and other economic instruments. And 6. Draft resource mobilization strategy. Next slide. The participation at the virtual working group was open to all interested stakeholders. 166 people registered for this virtual working groups from all SAICM stakeholder groups, different sectors, and UN regions. The list of participants as of 27 January 2021 can be found in the SAICM website. Between 18 November 2020 and 10 February 2021, the virtual working group 4 had 4 virtual meetings, 3 rounds of electronic feedback. In these 3 rounds, the co-facilitators of the virtual working group and the SAICM Secretariat received 36 electronic submissions from SAICM stakeholders. The IP3 compilation document SAICM/IP.4/2 served as a basis for textual deliberations during the virtual meetings and for the electronic input sought. All relevant documents can be found on the SAICM website, including general information, pre-session documents, outputs and recordings, presentations, stakeholder inputs, and the list of participants. At this point, I will hand over to my capable co-facilitator, Reggie, to give a more in-depth summary of the discussions held. Over to you, Reggie.
Thank you very much, Jonah, and good morning, good afternoon, good evening, dear colleagues. As mentioned by Jonah, SAICM document IP4/2 served as the basis for our deliberations. Bearing in mind that we were not in the negotiating mode, we managed to come to the following results as reflected in the outcome document. That document presents the consolidated views, recommendations, and proposed cleaned redline text on the integrated approach to financing, page 14 and 15, paragraphs 1 till 5, on mainstreaming, page 15, paragraphs 6 and 7, on private sector involvement, page 15, paragraphs 8 until 11, on dedicated external financing, page 15, paragraphs 12 till 16, on the establishment of and engagement in multi-sectoral partnerships, page 16, paragraph 17, and on financing the Secretariat, page 16, paragraphs 18 till 22. Agreement to include a chapeau paragraph to section 7 on financial considerations with a proposed text to highlight the need for adequate, predictable and sustainable financing, technical assistance and technology transfer for the implementation of the strategic approach and the sound management of chemicals and waste beyond 2020. Next slide, please. Furthermore, stakeholders unanimously supported strengthening the financing of the Secretariat with contributions from all stakeholders, although there was no common view on how these contributions should be reflected in the Beyond 2020 instruments. Stakeholders provided inputs to the draft resource mobilization strategy and the review document on cost recovery mechanisms and other economic instruments for financing the sound management of chemicals and waste. The Secretariat will use these inputs to prepare revised versions of both documents. The co-facilitators and stakeholders also launched an open discussion on capacity building and developed and defined concrete mechanisms, for instance, a platform or a clearinghouse, on actions regarding capacity building across sectors to support the Beyond 2020 program of work. We made progress on all these items, but as you may have noticed, we have included in our outcome document also some wording about the next steps. Thank you very much, and back to you, Jonna, to give the final words. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Reggie, and thank you to all you stakeholders who made this process possible for your contributions and participation over the past 3 months, and to my co-facilitators and the Secretariat for making this job bearable and enjoyable. Thank you all, and take care.